and welcome back to night 5 of my 7 nights of Fright. So tonight I'm starting off as always with my M.A.X setting spray, and then next I'm going in with my CoverGirl concealer, and I'm just applying that to my eyelids for a base coat before I apply my eyeshadow. Then I'm taking this Morphe 9B palette. I'm using this brown color just to set that concealer that I already applied on my eyelids. Then I'm taking the lightest color in this palette and I'm applying that to my brow bone. So for tonight's look, we're also doing another smoky eye. This time I'm gonna try applying a darker red. So first I'm taking this lighter maroon color that's in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just gonna apply that to my crease. Then I'm gonna go in with this darker red, and it's like a dark maroon, like kind of like almost like blood red. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit to my lids and then blend from the outwards and blend it inwards to my crease. Now I'm just taking some black eyeshadow and I'm applying that to both my lids. And then I'm just gonna blend this black color upwards into the red part. Then I'm taking that same black color and I'm applying that to my waterline. So I went ahead and applied my lashes off camera. Now I'm just taking some foundation, which I use the CoverGirl Trueblend. It's in the color D10, and I'm just gonna blend that out with a wet beauty blender. Next, I'm taking my concealer and I'm gonna apply that to my cupid's bow, my chin, my nose, down the bridge of my nose, and underneath both eyes. And then I'm just gonna blend that out afterwards. Next, I'm taking my setting powder and I'm just gonna apply that everywhere that I applied my concealer. So I usually let my setting powder sit for no more than about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I just buff that away with a brush. Next, I'm taking this blush and I'm just gonna apply that to my cheeks. At first it wasn't coming up as red and rosy as I wanted it, so then I went ahead and added this M.A.C blush, and I just added that to my face to add a little bit extra redness to it. Then to give me an extra little glow, I'm just gonna take some highlight and highlight my areas such as my nose and my cupid's bow, and then above my cheeks. So now on to the fun part of tonight's look. So I'm doing Killer Chucky when he was tossed, thrown around, had the scars, got burnt, yada yada yada. So now I'm gonna draw on his you know, the marks on his face, all the blood and the staples and everything. So I took this paint, this red paint that I got from Walmart, and I drew a line down my lip. I started in that area first just to see how I liked it. So I did a line down just to give it like a cut, like I've been gashed in my face. And then I took a darker red and I went over that line just to make it more defined, to make it look more like blood. Then I went ahead and just started drawing on his other cuts that he had. He had one over his eye that led into his eyebrow. He had a couple that just went down his face. He had a big one that went from like his lip all the way up to his cheek. So I was trying to be precise with it, but then I was like, you know what, if it doesn't, you guys get the concept. So I try to do the main ones. So that's what I'm doing here. This is with the red paint. And then after I finally got all the cut marks that I wanted, I went ahead and took a smudge brush and kind of smudged it out a little bit so it kind of can look a little faded, kind of like, you know, when you have a cut and it's already been there for like a couple days, it's the leftover blood that's kind of like smeared. That's what I was trying to go for. So that's why I kind of smeared it out. So So then I took the darker red in this paint palette from Wet n Wild, and I just drew a line in between. Again, just giving it like that blood red. And I wasn't trying to be precise with my line. I kind of wanted it to look a little jagged because no cut is like 100% in a straight line. So I just did this throughout my whole face over each scar. So while I'm doing this, let me just tell you guys, tonight was a fail at first. So I bought orange spray paint, right, from Walmart, thinking, oh, the spray paint, the orange is gonna show up. I get home, I spray painted my hair. I used half the can and nothing came up. I was so mad. I had to get in the shower, wash my hair, run out to Walmart, and go buy a wig, which you're gonna see later on what I use as the wig. Then I took some black and I just added a little bit more underneath my eyes. Then I took a burgundy color and I kind of smudged that underneath my eye again. Then I took this lighter color and I went into the corner of my eye just to bring my eyes a little bit more, make it a little bit brighter so it's not as dull. So Chucky had staples in his face, so I was trying to make a staples look. So I started off with this gray paint. So I started doing just a bunch of like straight lines across my face over each scar, and just to give it, to make it look like it was staples. So I wanted the staples to really pop out more, so I went ahead and took the lightest color of this Wet n Wild palette, and I'm literally just kind of like dabbing it in the center of each gray mark that I have on my face. So this took a long time, so I wind up just starting on camera, then I wind up just going in the bathroom and finishing it off. Then I'm just taking this red paint and I'm just gonna apply that to my eyebrows, just because I knew my the hair that I'm gonna wear is gonna be red, so I wanted that to match. Then I'm taking the dark wine lipstick from Wet n Wild and I'm just applying that to my lips. And then I'm just taking some of that red paint and I'm just going over my lips with that, which again, I don't even know if you're supposed to put this on your lips, but guess what? I was using it. I was like, it matches. Hey, whatever. So this is what I'm using as a wig. Yes, it's a face mask, you guys. I got this from Walmart for $10. It's like a clown face mask. So I'm like, I'm gonna finesse this some type of way. So it had this net in it. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna use that as like to put on my head. So I used it, and then I kind of like just combed the hair forward. So then I just started playing around with the hair, just trying to figure out how am I gonna make this into like a wig pretty much. So I decided I'm gonna cut this into bangs. So I started just combing the hair forward and I started just playing around with it, and I decided just to cut it, just any type of way, just cut it into bangs. So I grabbed a good amount of hair and I just started chopping away. And you know, Chucky, his hair wasn't perfect. He didn't have like the fresh blowout or anything. So at this point, I really didn't even care like how my cut was coming out, if it was jagged, if it was a hot mess, if I had the bowl cut. I really didn't care because Chucky's hair was a hot mess. So, and he's a doll. So I literally just started cutting away. Then the hair was kind of long, so I decided to cut it kind of like in a shoulder length bob. So and if you see me talking, my boyfriend was like, what you doing? How you gonna do it? So that's why I was talking. And then finally I was like, okay, let me just keep cutting away. I decided to just go ahead and just cut it. I wanted it kind of cute, but I knew it wasn't gonna be cute, so it kind of reminded me of like a rock star. So that was the vibe Chucky, the wig, gave me. This was a hot mess, but listen, I didn't have time to find a wig, nothing. It was no more wigs at Walmart. So I was like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to improvise. I'm going to do what I have to do. And I think it came out good for it to be last minute. And for this to be a mask, a whole face in the back of my head, I think it came out good. So I'm about to get dressed so you guys can see the final look. So this is my final look of Chucky. So the jumpsuit is from Rainbow. The shirt and the socks I got from Shein, and the wig, which is a mask, you guys know, is from Walmart. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I will see you guys tomorrow in my next night of 7 Nights of Fright. Bye.